Hey everybody, welcome to 23rd of December, Thursday the 23rd, and the dip has been bought. Really strong push up yesterday on equities. Quite a few of the levels, especially on equities that we were looking at yesterday in the pre-market, pre-US video, did play out. Phenomenal driving further up on SPOOs, Dow, and the Nasdaq. Euro not really able to do much today, this morning, with the highs that it achieved yesterday on a little bit of weaker dollar. But what we had was some pretty decent data out yesterday in the US. Getting us to the upside. The consumer confidence figures coming in 115.8 above expectations, 110.8 prior, 111.9. That was pretty decent, but US GDP, really the big one coming in 2.3% above expectation, 2.1%. That's the Q3 GDP. So good news there on the data set yesterday, and of course DOE, a deeper drawdown as well, helping us get up there on crude prices. So just a quick look around the houses, what we were looking at yesterday as well. Really on euro. We're into this compression area here on the weekly bars. So the 13,310s was a target for us to get above yesterday. And indeed we did rally above, but it just didn't really work out, coming into the session that we have today for those prices to remain elevated. So, it's just trading below right now. So Asia Pac snatching that back. I think we can trade, back down in this pennant sort of, area, and I think we are going to break to the downside over the next probably month. So that's the euro. Not much really to do there. Cable enjoying a further bit of upside on this general risk tone, lifting here out of that 3202s area. So really getting in some pretty decent price action there for cable. I think now we have the targets on. This should lead to a run up to 35.19s. Really nice push there to be had on cable. For the longs, I mean, I think, are you going to get another opportunity? I think you might get another opportunity to buy 33.61s and then get on that trade for the swing high for up into R3 at 35.39s today. So we could go higher today. And gold, gold also joining in on the bid on that weaker dollar yesterday. On the top right here, you can see that contract really not wanting to trade back where it did. Well, just behind my face there, you can see just in around here, proving support on the around midday on the 16th of December. And so now really, coming back, down around this area, the buyers did eventually come in, not needing to trade on the 1782s for longs. So yeah, I think we can definitely get higher. 18,000 handle is above, or sorry, just below where we are now. That is going to probably come in as some pretty decent support for us to then rally a little bit higher, should this dollar weakness prevail throughout the rest of this session as well as yesterday's. So the Nasdaq, I mean, look, it's really simple looking back in time now, isn't it? Back to Monday, trading into the 100 EMA, up we go. That's the swing traders making their money right there. So holding really well onto the highs through APAC overnight here. What we were looking at yesterday in the pre-market was the push to the 16,000s and above, and that's what we did get. The push above really worked out quite nicely on the first instance, and then that pullback to the 16,000 was quite clear here, and then pushed on late into the close, now holding higher in APAC. So do we need to come down? I don't really think so. Before open on trade, I think we can manage to push on target for 16,448.5 for the Nasdaq right now. So yeah, I think that would be fitting with kind of closing out for the holidays here today. I don't know if anyone wants to really be putting on selling out big time on these markets coming into the holidays. SPOOs as well. Yesterday, you can see here on the open at this point, this sort of little green candle here, pushed up back into this area of congestion above in the gray, pulled back onto that 46.63 and 3/4, pretty much to the tick, turned around and kept going into the close. A little bit of a gap open on the APAC, and driving now target is pretty inevitable, 47.05s. And the all-time high, 47.43, is up just above R2 today. So is it possible? Damn straight it's possible, absolutely. I don't really see much selling to come in here. It could be possible we push to the 47.05s, take a little bit of a pullback, and then get on for the push back on for new highs to finish out the year. To finish out pre-Christmas session, I should say, for the NASDAQ, or for the SPOOs. All right, in the Dow, on that weekly bar candle, that hammer we had, very bullish yesterday, now pushed on new highs. New highs on the week. I think we have this little ledge now. If we go back to our 60 minutes, I have this little ledge. You can see here just above my head, right? You can see, I don't know if you can see the excess on these candles too well, but essentially you can, if I zoom in a little bit, you probably could see the excess highs on these candles here, pushing in, giving us a bit of a stair step, sort of a line in the sand. And the excess here then, when we were above trading down into this, really good support. Again here, we were above trading down into this, acted as good support, finally then broke down on the 17th of December. Off we go to the downside. But now I think that acts very much as the target here. All right, so we have achieved that during yesterday's close into that area. Now we're holding it as support. Again, 8 a.m. took a bit up. I think really if we're going to keep going up, and I think we are, we're just going to have a little pullback, 35,689s, and keep going to the upside. Looking at the bigger structure on this market, you will see here that this weekly trend down, weekly trend up. That's the high of the week of the 8th of November and the 13th of December, giving us this downtrend. So we do tend to break these pennants in the way that we come into them. So we've formed this by coming up, moving up, compressing, and then we should exit by moving up again. And that's probably the next 2 to 3 months of trade there, to be honest, for the breakout to the upside. Looking over at oil, going back to the daily bar, very technical stuff yesterday on oil, really, really technical. And this is where it really helps, do what we do, observe, orientation, decision, action, the OODA loop, right? And we're observing and we're orientating in this pre-US video. So, I've got this nice little red area where there was a lot of excess into this area on a number of days traded and just couldn't really hold in this general area. So I've got this area in red here, and certainly put in by the top on the 9th of December. So you can see first time up on the APAC yesterday. We traded into there and then took the offer down to the 100 EMA. But kind of zooming in a little bit and going into, like, say, a 15-minute chart, we can go back to the DOE yesterday, which is pretty technical, pretty interesting, and the half 3 marker coming into play. Yeah, just here in this little area. And now, unfortunately, I don't have my highlight tool available to me, but you can see here, half 3 took a bit up, pulled back, quite lazy. Then a little bit of selling came in, and just you see the excess on this candle here. I don't know what to really zoom in on this now for everyone. You can see the excess. Let's see, the excess on the lows here, and we were doing this live on the tape. You could clearly see from the time of sales there was just a snap of volume transacting on the offer, putting in the turn here, and once we got that, we just pretty much ripped from that point up, to finish out the session on the highs. So really, really good activity there on oil yesterday. So yeah, into this area, a bit of resistance to be found, as you can clearly see here on the tape. Still acting as resistance, 73.14's high, 72.14's low. So there's $1 in the difference there. I think I'd like to see just a little bit of a pullback here, not all the way back down to the 100 EMA, but just a little bit of a pullback, testing on these sort of midday lows, then get on the long for the 73.98. So let's call it $74 handle target. That's what I'd be seeing on oil today. It's super technical at the moment. I'll go back to the 60 minutes here. So that's really it for me for today, and this is it for me for 2021. What can I say about 2021? It hasn't been the shits and giggles that we all thought it was going to be when we were saying goodbye to 2020. But we can place our faith in 2022 to be something different to this year. Omicron is coming with us into 2022. Yeah, it's not going to come with me, I can tell you that for nothing. It's been a fantastic year, it really has. Launching Duggan Capital, having a lot of the traders coming with me, and we've built a really decent room here, guys and girls, and I really have to say thank you so much for joining me and for being part of the building and the development of Duggan Capital and what we're trying to do here. So we've got some really fantastic traders and some really fantastic trades being put up each day in the elite room and the pro trade room. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to what 2022 brings. So thank you so much. If you're on YouTube, please do click the subscribe. We're going to hopefully be doing more content on YouTube in the new year. We're going to have some fresh content for the pro traders in the pro trade room. Trader level access now. They have access to the pro trader chat in Discord, not the live Discord though, but the pro trade chat. So yeah, listen, thank you so much. Really looking forward to 2022. If you're isolating because you have COVID for Christmas like me, I'm right there with you. Don't sweat it. And only in a few short days you will be out of isolation. And if you're not, have one from me. All presents can be sent to the Duggan Capital office. Just email me for details there. And yeah, listen, have a great session, and we'll see you in 2022 back on the 3rd of January. Take care. Bye bye.